Okay, cool. Let's get started. Thank you all so much for coming to our 4th annual Artificial Intelligence Summit. Nidhi, if you could go to the next slide. This year's event is really the culmination of 7 months of rapid change for us as an organization, as we've transitioned from a nonprofit holding mostly in-person events to conducting all of our operations fully virtually due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We're so excited to have all of you joining us virtually from all around the world. Before we get started, I thought I'd give a brief overview of Girls Computing League, and then we'll get started with our exciting speakers, panels, and workshops that we have in store for you today for our event. Just to tell you a little bit about Girls Computing League, for those of you who are unfamiliar with us and our mission, it's really about accessibility. So we want to make an emerging technology education available for all students regardless of background. And to achieve this goal, we hold a variety of different educational events. And I'm happy to tell you about them over the course of the next few minutes. One of the things that we do is fundraisers. So you can see pictured here is our one in 2019 at the Smithsonian Castle in Washington, D.C., with over 100 representatives from national, state, and local governments, educational and technology leaders, nonprofit organizations, local school teachers. We really hope to facilitate and continue the conversation about why we should continue to invest in technology education. We also continue to hold hackathons and workshops, such as the one that we held at Capital One for college students to build and compete in 5 different categories: financial technology, health, cloud, education, and cybersecurity. We also provide hands-on learning opportunities. So Girls Computing League has held a global coding relay from 2019 to 2020 with students from 6 countries and students who represent all different nationalities, interests, and backgrounds, with the VA and the Presidential Innovation Fellows Foundation to develop an open source clinical trial selector in partnership with Amazon Web Services to help veterans and Medicare and Medicaid patients. It's something that we're continuing to develop now. And finally, my favorite event that we do every year is our flagship AI Summit, which is why all of you are here today. And the AI Summit is one of my favorite initiatives that we've held for the past 4 years. It really started off out of my experiences presenting research at different AI conferences, participating in science fairs, and feeling like a part of a very strong scientific and educational community. Over the years, we really evolved from having a relatively smaller, one-time event, to holding our event at the Smithsonian, to having community summits all across the US, and now holding our virtual summit this year. Personally speaking, at these different AI conferences and being a part of competitions really helped me grow as a person, but also helped Girls Computing League grow, gain bigger grants like the WebMD Health Hero Grant and GM and Ashoka's STEM for Changemaking Awards. There are so many more stories of different organizations that have collaborated with us and supported us, not only in this AI Summit, but in all of the different initiatives that we've done, helping us in similar capacities, giving us different experiences, connections, funding, and continuing to inspire us in the work that we do. The greater Girls Computing League community has really snowballed, with different organizations and companies not only donating, but sending speakers and mentors to give their time to inspire students to pursue innovative technologies and really help grow our organization. If you could go next, thanks. So I just wanted to shed a spotlight on some of the things that we've been able to do virtually as a result of everyone being online and having to conduct our operations online. So we've really been able to put together workshops in robotics, in basic science, and machine learning, in competitive math and programming, in Python. We're continuing to develop more in JavaScript and web-based programming and app programming, and there's a lot of different events and ideas that we've continued to hold virtually. One of our big initiatives for the rest of this year and next year is our 1,000 Schools program. So by the end of 2021, we really hope to partner with 1,000 low-income educational centers. So that whether that be public housing authorities, Title I schools, community centers, all of these places that face budget cuts or shortages to computer science education as a result of the pandemic or a result of educational cuts going back several years. And for us, this is really about investing in communities. So we've done a lot of teacher professional development to help non-STEM teachers really learn how to code and support their students in a capacity where normally a technology teacher would have. And this really fits into our pipeline of having amazing high school leaders all across the nation, supporting these low-income centers, which we continue to do with financial support from different companies and sponsors. Nathan, if you mind going back one slide. And we hope to continue to support these teachers in professional development capabilities, and also like offer our support as 5 years of experience teaching different workshops and students how to code. And this is kind of a program that has been going on in a smaller capacity since 2015. We've selected different educational centers in the Virginia, DC, Maryland region that we felt have a lot of potential to inspire students to continue to pursue STEM and computing. And so we've funded robotics kits, technology, and supported the development of curriculum for several different small educational programs, a few of which are pictured below, and really having an impact on individual students who are part of these programs. And the most exciting part, I think, of our entire pandemic journey has been growing from just being located in the DC area to being located all across the country. So we're lucky enough to be joined by a lot of our chapter leaders from all across the US who continue to carry on Girls Computing League's mission in their local communities and support both our virtual events and future in-person events. So with that, I'm super excited to kick off our Artificial Intelligence Summit, and I'll hand it off to Ananya.